Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday, July 27th, 2018. This is a truly emergency live transmission via Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and we'll also stream it out at Infowars.com/show. This may be one of the last live feeds you ever see on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. The corporate chiefs at CNN met with Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter executives in the last month. They bragged about it, a plan to lie about what we've said and done, to then misrepresent information to the general public, violating their public trust, and then via tortious interference to have InfoWars deplatformed. News Corp is actually, at certain levels, the new Disney version that was just approved, not Fox News. Involved in this 4 months ago in the Wall Street Journal, there was a detailed article with the new head of the Disney-Fox merger, and they were in there saying that once we deplatform WikiLeaks and Alex Jones, we will deplatform everyone, including liberals, conservatives, you name it. Now, just as night follows day, they have now come out, and I have the articles right here, mainstream news saying now it's time to deplatform Fox News, Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, and then they go on to say Stefan Molyneux, Steven Crowder, and others. Overhead shot, please. So this is Deadline Hollywood. This is iVerse. It's all there. So their next targets are people that are really philosophical and also quite funny, like Stefan Molyneux and Crowder. They are big threats because they're very smooth, they're very funny, and they were obviously exploding with bigger audiences than CNN, MSNBC combined from their home studios. And so they've been already pretty much deplatformed and shadow banned, but they want to lower the boom to completely deplatform them with an internet ID system that China developed that is now being implemented here, a global social score. So this is part of an admitted plan. So it's not about Alex Jones. It's about the midterms and beyond. They're getting ready to launch civil unrest nationwide. They've already been intensifying it, but it's going to get worse. They're getting ready to move to try to impeach the president. They're calling for killing Republicans and kidnapping and raping the son of the president. This is their big move, ladies and gentlemen. So make no mistake, and it's total tortious interference. My lawyers tell me we would win a lawsuit against Time Warner. It would just take about 2-3 years, and they would just keep moving on. Their corporate heads don't care. This is war. So suing them is not effective, even though we would win, because I don't care about the monetary issues here. I care about the free speech issues. Now, we're still going to have to do that. And we've got cases that are just unbelievable. We've got them in their arrogance while I've sat here and took it for 2 years with Google, Facebook, Twitter, Time Warner, saying we're not going to let him publish his book. We're not going to let him stream on the internet. We're going to deplatform him, and then misrepresenting what I've said and done. Now, I'm going to get to Tucker Carlson here in just a moment, but this is what's currently going on right now. They are misrepresenting what I've said and done. Document cam shot, please. This is Yahoo News, ABC News. Zoom in, please. Yahoo News, ABC News, right here. Now, I'm showing you what's Yahoo News. This is the man in another state. It was on local ABC News and CBS News. It was a big national story last month, as you remember, of the 11-year-old's been going around pushing and hitting other adults. He starts doing it to this guy, hits him 3 times in the face. The adult pushes him to the ground. Forbes reported that I am the man that pushed the child to the ground in another state. I am not. They since retracted. Doesn't matter. They took the video off YouTube and then said it was child endangerment so they could have the headline all over the news. Did you hear Alex Jones endangered a child? It is all over local news and talk radio that I beat up a child, and so I'm being banned from YouTube. Total hoax, total fraud, total evil. We then showed President Trump's snake speech about the snake poem, and then showed mainstream news clips of giant Islamic waves coming into Europe, and then gays being thrown off buildings, which is not graphic. I mean, you see the men being thrown off the top of a building about 200 yards away, and they fall to their deaths. That's been on the news. We just show a big compilation of it. They said that was Islamophobic. In Europe, it's been banned. Facebook reports you to the government, you get arrested if you even say that someone's committed a crime who's Islamic, even if they have been arrested and indicted. So this is global rules basically coming here. First they demonize me, then they lie about me. They say that I said nobody died at Parkland. They exaggerate what we said out of context about Sandy Hook. And they're in the news today. I've got a whole stack of news saying I'm still saying, which is out of context, that nobody died at Sandy Hook, which I'm not saying. And they're saying that's why I've been taken down. So it's frauds within frauds, layers of fraud. Also, I showed local newscasts showing a drag queen festival. And I don't hate drag queens or anybody else. I do hate people that sexualize children. It showed children as young as 2 putting, we can't show it now, we'll be banned again, $10 bills in G-strings of men wearing purple wigs, shaking their butts in toddlers' faces. It's very sexual, really freaks me out. If I went to a topless bar and there were 2-year-olds putting money in, women's G-strings, it would be just as bad. It is incredible. But here's the big news. You go to Infowars.com. I'm going to retweet it at Real Alex Jones as soon as I get off here. If you go there, we have an article by Paul Joseph Watson yesterday dealing with how CNN is lying about why we've had our videos banned and why we've had our channel frozen. And in there we have the 4 videos so you can see those videos for yourself uploaded on our servers. If I show them here, it's all objective. They will say community guidelines and completely ban us. There it is. CNN lies about banned InfoWars videos and new censorship attempts. See the banned videos for yourself. You can scroll down and see those. So here's more proof of the fraud. I just showed you Yahoo and ABC News. I did not show you the video. And the full 8-minute video is of the kid attacking other people as well, not just the one man. Okay? So that's what they took down. Now, let's go to the next one. CNN claims InfoWars called Parkland victims crisis actors. Facebook determined that it is a lie. And then Facebook put out a message, but CNN did not respond to their message, but Facebook published it on their Twitter feed. They said, we looked at the edited video you put out. That's not what Alex Jones said. He did not say they were crisis actors. He did not say no one died. He simply said that they were picked out of the 3,000 students because they were anti-gun and in the drama club and well-spoken. That's what they say. This is what to CNN. We reviewed the post you shared with us, and no survivors were alleged to be lying, acting, or pretending to be a victim of the tragic event, nor were they accused of being paid to mislead people. Now, CNN put this on their website, but not on their TV show, about their role in the tragedy. So CNN admittedly caught in lies. They don't care, though. You see, they have already leapt ahead with the perfect headline, Jones removed, banned from YouTube for child endangerment. And then they even had Democrat Party-connected individuals go to the courthouse yesterday and try to file TROs saying that I have been convicted of child endangerment, as if troll bots, Southern Poverty Law Center, going and filing fake complaints with YouTube and Facebook saying I endangered a child when I showed ABC News. ABC News, Yahoo News. But you've got to go see the videos for yourself on Infowars.com. See it. It will blow you away. Did not say they were crisis actors. Did not say no one died. But again, they're going through every video going, well, he really hasn't done anything. Well, let's just subjectively say this kid punching this guy 3 times in the face so he pushes him to the ground. Let's say that's child endangerment, even though it was all over the national news. The View played it. CNN played it. They're all allowed to. Now, do we as conservatives go subjectively say we think this is abuse? I think that's kind of how this has to be done. But see, YouTube and Google and Facebook won't respond. CNN's allowed to show it and say, is this good, is this bad, and have a national debate about it. I am not allowed to. You see the discriminatory system? They've got us all obsessed over race or religion or sexual preference while they're taking all of our basic rights. So that's the information right there. I just showed you facts. I'm going to get to Tucker Carlson here in just a moment. They're now misrepresenting what Tucker Carlson said in Newsweek and on CNN. They're saying Tucker Carlson defends Alex Jones videos being taken down where Jones says nobody died at Parkland. They repeat the fraud. Article's right here. Nothing about showing Islamic invasion. Nothing about showing sexualization of children that they thought was fine to put on local news, saying, oh, look at the drag festival. Look at the little kids. It's so nice. They put money in the man's G-string. I say that's sick. They can show it to you because they're saying it's good. I say I think it's bad. I hate transsexuals. Well, those aren't even transsexuals. Those are big old fat dudes. And I'm allowed to say, well, those are a bunch of fat dudes in wigs shaking their asses in front of little kids. But because it's so effective, they remove it and say that I bullied transsexuals. No, I saw kids being abused, in my opinion. Now, that's what Camille Paglia agrees as well. Oh, I guess she'll be banned as well. So that's what's going on here. YouTube deletes video from Alex Jones' InfoWars channel for peddling conspiracy theories. So the idea is out of ABC News of Australia, see, they're saying, oh, you don't question things. And if we say questioning is a conspiracy theory, you're banned. Worldwide, this is being used to bring in total control. I have been chosen as the first domino. And Tucker Carlson has warned about this. So has Sean Hannity. They've been bullied, you name it, behind the scenes, you know, by the attempt at the news division at News Corp to get them to stop what they're doing. But the ratings went down 50% when they did that last year, so they've backed off Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity and others for now. But they are next up in the target. I just showed you. Now, why is CNN frothing wanting to do this? A, they're trying to cause civil unrest. They want a civil war, in their own words. They want a civil emergency. CNN has said that. They want Trump removed. They say he's guilty of treason. Then they bitch and complain when their own reporter doesn't get let into the press office. They always rotate through. They don't let us in most of the time. Who even wants to be there? They act like, oh, we're under First Amendment attack, boo-hoo. Oh, my God, it's so terrible. But then the very same program is calling for me to be shut down. Why is this happening? Why is this unfolding? Well, I've got to go do the main show here in about 15 minutes, so I'm going to talk a little bit more live, and then I'm going to play a bunch of clips of Mark Dice and others breaking it down. But Anderson Cooper and CNN were paid $18 million by Facebook to produce these little fake vertical shot videos where it's supposed to look like it's grassroots with even fake car noise and stuff in the background. They admit that. Condescendingly, like it's a laugh track, like you don't know it's a big production house. No one wants to watch CNN. You can't force feed it. They have to pay people to air it at the airports, the bars, the hotels, the train stations, the bus stations. That's on record. Public schools all over the country are paid by CNN to make you watch 15 minutes of boiled down anti-America, anti-gun, race war crap since I was in high school 27 years ago. When I was a senior in high school, they put them in. Anderson Cooper and CNN is paid $18 million. They launched the show on Monday. It had on average 4,000 viewers every 15 minutes and only a total of 26,000 viewers. Anderson Cooper's new show launches on platform nobody watches. Before they shadow banned us on Facebook, our average video had 2 million views. Paul Watson had videos with 37 million views that they just deleted them all. They didn't even claim, you know, that it was a big deal. They didn't even claim that anything was racist or bad. They would just delete hundreds of videos with more than 5 million views apiece. Paul's personal Facebook had videos with 27 million views he shot in his bedroom. All gone. All blown away 3 days after Hillary lost. So we've already been shadow banned, but I'm on hundreds of radio stations and TV stations, and we're growing. We have our own free app, Infowars.com/app, that you can also tell folks about. Hey, here's the verboten info. That's why they're pissed, is that I can go live, even with their shadow ban, and have 100,000 viewers in 15, 20 minutes. And then a week later, it's 1 million. They don't like all that organically growing. 5 billion views on YouTube conservatively, 2 billion on Facebook conservatively, over 1 billion on Twitter. You think they like that? You think they like 8 billion views we know of just on our platforms? Anderson Cooper had 4,000 viewers. Nielsen reports, and you can see it right there on Facebook, It's in 20-minute blocks, but it's 15 minutes of program, 5 minutes of ad. 4,000 people. 4,000. And by the way, everybody got push notifications. Facebook literally hit tens of millions of people and said, watch this, watch this. And you know what happened? People went, ugh. So, no wonder they're all over the news saying cut us off. No wonder CNN's everywhere lobbying. Oh, by the way, ask Daria to print me that. I just sent an email right before I went live to Brian Stelter's buddy, one of the head guys at CNN, asking me for a comment yesterday. They always send it a minute later, publish their report. Yeah, but just bring it in, please. That's what I wanted. Thank you. And this is my statement to them. Document cam shot, please. They were asking a comment. Mr. Darcy said, "Does Infowars or Alex Jones have a comment on Facebook removing the videos from its pages?" And I said, "Mr. Darcy, you're asking me to comment about Facebook removing videos that you and your organization lobbied to be removed. He did it on TV. My comment is this: CNN and its parent company, Time Warner, are put on notice to cease and desist in your tortious interference activity of publicly calling for my free speech to be banned, my company to be bankrupted, and for us to be deplatformed across the internet. Your activity is extremely criminal and un-American. Your campaign against competing news organizations and the First Amendment is outrageously anti-American and will not succeed long-term. America is awake to you and CNN. CNN is beyond fake news. CNN is a criminal combine working to destroy the First Amendment and has been paid by the Communist Chinese, 4 or 5 Gulf War states. It is a criminal PR organization. And by the way, Congress now knows, and you deplatform Facebook, Twitter, all of them, a bunch of congressmen and women. I mean, it's coming out. You're not going to get away with it. And you think you're going to run some big event this late summer, early fall, which they've said they're going to try to have a civil insurrection, and they don't want us on air to counter it and show you Antifa beating people up and then starting the fights. I mean, just last week, he's up there saying, fine, ban any conservatives you want, it's your platform. Then they ban him, and then he feels victimized. He was briefed on that the week before by our big report that Mike Adams wrote that's up on Infowars.com. So here's the bottom line. Then I'll get to Anderson Cooper attacks. First, I'm going to get to Tucker Carlson having a lot of courage knowing he'd be targeted, standing up. And when he says, okay, Alex Jones has his right to a view, but what about all these other people like Bill Maher that says he hopes the economy crashes? He loves abortion. He wants to kill people. He hates his fellow humans. I mean, these are quotes. These are real things he said, not misrepresentations they said about me, which if they were even true, I have a right to say until I've been sued and bankrupted by them putting on the evidence. But just like Mueller indicts all these people and they say, oh, that means that they are convicted, I have all these lawsuits filed against me that are fake, even though we throw them out. They don't care. It's like, look, he's being sued, shut him down. So Tucker Carlson is telling the truth. He has 5 million viewers a night. Anderson Cooper has 4,000 a night. With Facebook force feeding it, everyone sees CNN and goes, ooh. Everyone knows it's worse than a school lunch. Everybody knows it's poison. You cannot resurrect it. And so they think by banning me and shutting us down, they've done this. All they're doing is striking down Obi-Wan Kenobi. And you know what happens when you strike down Obi-Wan Kenobi. We've always known this is coming. We've made preparations for it. We've got a lot of big things we're doing, but people are finally getting it. There have been all these violent attacks against Christians and conservatives the last few days. No national coverage of that. They're trying to shadow ban the brave reporters that are going out and showing it. They are really heating up the big mobs to go out and create racial strife in this country and so much more. And Hollywood and Netflix are all pumping it out. Barat's show, despite Sacha Baron Cohen's show, despite massive promotion, only had 300,000 viewers. Ladies and gentlemen, they're done. People know it's garbage. So again, recapping, they've got big unrest coming. They want to shut everybody down ahead of time. They want to hit Congress and Trump flat-footed, not knowing how serious this takeover is. Facebook is plunging because they're killing the model of people being able to communicate that they already had. It's all unfolding, just like they killed the NFL to bring in all their political correctness, just like they hurt Hollywood, 30, 40% loss of money. It doesn't matter because they're pressing an agenda. And they know they're in a war against America, backed up by the communist Chinese that own our debt and own Hollywood, and they're trying to suppress things. So this could be the last YouTube or Facebook you see us on. We already have been banned off all of our channels. They're now trying to tell people they can't upload my show. They can't have my video. Facebook and YouTube are claiming copyright on my videos. I'm free to air. Everyone can use my videos. Everyone can edit them, put them out how you want. I just want to get the word out. But whatever you do, go to Infowars.com/app. Get the new free Droid, an Apple app. It's very hard for them to ban apps. It's got our live audio feeds, live video feeds, push notifications, news alerts when we're going live on our own platform, Infowars.com/app. But whatever you do, say this is the official app. This is the verboten app. This is what they don't want you to hear. Tune in. Tell your neighbors, your friends, your coworkers, your employees, your boss. Say, hey, there's a big national debate about this guy. They say ban him, but now they're already saying ban Tucker Carlson. They're already saying ban Stefan Molyneux, ban a bunch of other people. Don't folks get we hang together, we hang separate? This is the big fight. It's coming. I mean, here it is. They want to now ban Fox News. It's incredible. So I'm going to go ahead and just go to these clips back to back, and then I'll be live in about 15 minutes at Infowars.com/show and on the apps and local stations in your area. But just send people to Infowars.com/show and say, hey, you see this all over the news, thousands of articles lying about him? CNN got caught lying and saying he said nobody died at Parkland. Facebook said that's not true. Then they said that I did a bunch of other stuff, that I beat up some kid. I didn't do it. It was on ABC News, a guy pushing a kid down all over the news, that they lied about that. Forbes had to retract it. They're trying to take my kids to the courthouse right now using that fake news headline. I mean, this is happening, ladies and gentlemen. This is going on. This is unfolding. And again, they get me, they get you. Now, they'll probably take this video down saying Jones beat up another kid. That is ABC News. We will not show the video. ABC News can, everybody can. But I can't show you that it's not me. Plus, he didn't beat the kid up. The kid hit him 3 times in the face. He pushed him down. But this is levels of lies. But everybody's calling me. Families calling and saying, we just hear you're banned because of child endangerment. Are your kids okay? I've got cousins calling. And I go, what'd you hear? And they go, well, local TV and local radio. Because they know that has more credibility than mainstream news or corporate news or national news. So they're putting it out everywhere that I'm beating kids up. I mean, again, this is what they do. They're the bullies. They set you up as the bully. So let's go to Tucker Carlson. We appreciate his courage. And then there's another Tucker Carlson clip that's really powerful that Brian Stelter says he should be banned for, basically, because it's so true. Tucker says Americans are an afterthought to Democrats. So we're going to play Tucker defends Alex Jones, then Tucker, America, and the afterthought to Democrats because he's on fire. Then we're going to play Dice breaking down Mark Dice, the fact of that there's only 4,000 viewers for Cooper, and that's why they want to ban their competition. Unbelievable. And then we have BLM attack reporter at Maxine Waters HQ, and then chase the black reporter and the white reporter to their car, screaming F you and the N-word. That's one thing the left does. It's insane. And then we're going to also play any other clips the crew thinks are critical. But 15 minutes, Infowars.com/show, Infowars.com/app. And the power of you going, hey, get the app. Hey, this is what they don't want you to have. It's free. Hey, it's 5-star rated. It's in the top 30 news apps already, just been out 2 weeks. We want to go to number 1. That's how you really send a message. Hey, Infowars.com/show. Go see the streams. Go watch the audio. Go hear it for yourself. This is what they don't want you to have. In history, people always know to gravitate to what the establishment's telling them they can't have. Well, this is it, and I believe they've jumped the shark, but they're scared. They want to win the midterms. They want to be able to steal them without people noticing. They want to trigger civil unrest. They admit it. Will they be successful? I don't know, but it's already happening. We have to be vigilant right now. We have to stand with people like Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity, who, despite all the lies about me and all the demonization, and Lord knows I've said things out of context that were wrong before, everybody has. We're all pro-America. We believe in free speech. And the failing, dying dinosaur media wants to shut us all down because they know they've already lost. Infowars.com, newswars.com. Share those URLs. I love you. I appreciate you. Save this video because these live feeds, they've been taking them down and deleting them, even though the rules are totally separate and, say this is a per account deal, and fan accounts, are being blocked that try to put us up. And they want to tell you, hey, you don't share Alex Jones or you get punished. Well, are you really a slave down in a pit? What have I said here that's bad? See, they don't want you to hear what I really am saying because they're building the straw man that I beat up a kid in another state, that I said nobody died at Parkland, or I didn't say any of that. I mean, look at this article. It's just incredible. I just showed this to everybody. CNN claims InfoWars called Parkland victims crisis actors, but Facebook looked at the video and said that's not true. They don't want that info out. They just want to lie about me. But even if I would have said that, it was my right to say it. You got to prove it in the court, but I didn't. And then this video of man shoving child that is dividing the internet. This was back in June 7th. Yahoo News, ABC News, everybody saw this. They say I'm the guy in another state. I know I keep belaboring it. It's just, yeah, it's Missouri. I kept saying Indiana. I mean, it's just next level. And then I can't show you it's not me because they'll take the video down saying I've endangered a child, but they can all show it. It's a caste system. It's discriminatory. ABC News, CNN, Yahoo, they can show you. I can't show you to prove I didn't do it, or they'll ban me for life. And then they'll ban everybody else. It's here. Yeah, there it is, Yahoo News. I cannot show you this. That is not me. I am not 5'3". I'm 5'11". Nothing against being 5'3". Jesus Christ. They even got the guy's name in other articles. Jesus. I'm sorry. Go ahead and roll the clips. I'll be live in 12 minutes at Infowars.com/show. Thank you. Got huge news coming up. Here's Tucker. Thank you, Tucker. Defending free speech.
So I couldn't help notice, so the big story in Washington today is that Caitlin Collins over at CNN was prevented from covering an event at the White House yesterday. And Caitlin worked for me for years. She's a fair and decent person, and I don't think she should have been prevented from covering anything. That's my position on that. So, but CNN has been basically a martyr for free speech for the last 24 hours. At the same time, they're telling us how important it is that people should be able to say what they think. They are agitating for Alex Jones to be pulled off YouTube. Now, I know we're supposed to think that Alex Jones is way more radical than like Bill Maher, Michelle Wolf, or Rosie O'Donnell, but he's got a point of view, and CNN is trying to squelch his point of view. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I'm all in favor of CNN getting all the access that it wants to the White House. I want all reporters to get all the access that they want at the White House.
Me too.
But you're right. The hypocrisy is just astounding. And I guarantee you that if you flipped over to CNN right now, there would not be a single story about the Twitter shadow banning. There would not be a single story. And the only story you would see about YouTube pulling Alex Jones videos
back it up
would
20
be
seconds.
Probably something celebratory about...
That's one thing I wanted to say. It's true. They're celebrating everywhere and going, now we want Tucker Carlson and Fox News and Steven Crowder. That's what I'm saying. They are actually celebrating their tortious interference, lying, and saying I said and did things I didn't do. Because they go, we can't show you the video. It's too graphic. Alex Jones endangered a child. He's finally getting it. Well, he loves to bully children. He said no one died at Parkland. Yeah, we're not going to show you because it's too horrible, but because it doesn't exist. You lying filth bags. Sorry, go back to the clip.
If you flipped over to CNN right now, there would not be a single story about the Twitter shadow banning. There would not be a single story. And the only story you would see about YouTube pulling Alex Jones videos would be probably something celebratory about, a scalp of sorts for managing to eventually get their way on that story. And I look at all of the consternation about Donald Trump and this White House. But, my goodness, this has been going on for absolutely ever. You know how the White House press shop works. At press conferences, the president always picks who he wants to ask him questions. Often the staffers go around and talk to the reporter beforehand. It's almost, as far as I'm concerned, it's the same as planting planting questions, because you're basically setting who it is that's going to ask you a question. So, all of these concerns suddenly about access and free speech at the White House, come on. I mean, there's so many problems with the White House press corps to begin with that, you never hear any of that. I've never heard this level of consternation before now.
I wish the left still defended free speech.
Yeah, no kidding.
Charlie Hurt, who does relentlessly defend. For more than 100 years, the Democratic Party was organized around the interests of ordinary Americans. Democrats ran campaigns on things like higher wages, better working conditions, against the banks that crushed their voters with debt. A lot of Democratic ideas didn't always work. Some were silly, but their focus was always clear. American citizens were the party's priority, and that is no longer the case. To the modern Democratic Party, Americans are an afterthought. Try to find a Democrat running this year, for example, on the opioid crisis or high energy prices, the collapse of public schools, the decline of the middle class. Hard to find one. Democrats are bored by these topics. What interests them is power. In order to win and maintain power, Democrats understand they need reliable new voters, voters who will support them obediently without making difficult demands like a higher standard of living. That's why the Democratic Party suddenly supports open borders so fervently. Immigration is really the only issue that matters to them because packing the electorate is the only way they can regain control of this country. Their goal is clear, and they will do or say anything to achieve it. Here, for example, is the governor of New York likening the Trump administration to Islamic terrorists for the crime of daring to enforce federal immigration law. Watch.
They are on a jihad to deport as many people as they can who they believe are not in the United States legally.
Who they believe are not in the United States legally. Pretty easy to determine whether someone's here legally or not. And it wasn't that long ago that leading Democrats like Bill Clinton, for example, argued in public that our country should deport illegal immigrants. They're here illegally, after all. They're breaking our law. Now, Democrats claim that non-citizens, even illegal ones, have a right to vote in our elections. That is happening in San Francisco and in parts of the state of Maryland. By the 2020 election, it'll be happening in many other places. That's guaranteed. Now, you'd think congressional Republicans would be upset about this. Allowing illegals to occupy and run our country makes a mockery of citizenship. It's terrible for America, and it's a death sentence for the Republican Party. But nope. Republicans on the Hill seem okay with this. Here's one example. In 2014, the Obama administration changed the rules so that anybody claiming a threat from gang violence or domestic abuse could get asylum in the United States. The effect was to allow pretty much anybody to permanently enter this country provided they supplied the right story, and many, many did. Of course, that was precisely the point, to open the borders without saying so. Well, earlier this summer, Attorney General Jeff Sessions reversed the Obama rule. Now, House Republicans somehow, for some reason, are teaming up with Democrats to stop Sessions from doing that. Just yesterday, they tacked an amendment onto an appropriations bill in the House that would preserve the asylum rights of anybody who claims to be fleeing gang violence. That change would nullify any effort to secure our southern border. Mexico and Central America have plenty of gang violence. Now, all 150 million people who live there can cite that fact as justification to move here legally and stay permanently. When they get here, they'll find Democrats eager to give them the right to vote.
Yesterday, Anderson Cooper kicked off his brand new Facebook live stream, which he's going to be doing 5 days a week, which Facebook is paying CNN to produce. Let's take a look and see how it went.
Now, as I said, remarkable. It didn't take long for Democrats to chastise President Trump. Probably no surprise there. Some Republicans also condemned the president. Most notably, Senator John McCain said in a statement, I want to read part of it to you.
You may be wondering what that noise is in the background, and it's actually an audio track that they played throughout the entire broadcast, trying to be like some cool, hip, millennial YouTube vlogger, which plays annoying background music during their entire YouTube video. Later in the show, he was joined by Jim Acosta, and as you can see by the live viewer count here, they didn't even have 5,000 people tuning into the stream. And look at this, they're formatting the show vertically for mobile devices because apparently their audience doesn't know that you can turn your phone sideways and expand it full screen when you're watching media. Later in the stream, Anderson decided to answer some audience questions to make the show interactive. And by that time, the viewership had dropped down to under 4,000 people. What story did you do that had a long-lasting effect on you personally?
I mean, there's been so many places I've been that have really been life-changing and eye-opening and mind-bending, and you know, you see a lot of people, and the greatest satisfaction I get from the job is
making $11 million a year. Or if you break it down per episode, with 5 episodes a week, that's over $45,000 per show. Oh, and speaking of money, Facebook is reportedly paying CNN $5 to $10 million a year to produce this new 5-day-a-week streaming show called Anderson Cooper Full Circle. Let's do the math on that, shall we? That's $5 million divided by 12 months, divided by 4 weeks, divided by 5 shows a week. That's $20,833.33 per episode of his streaming show, which capped out at about 6,000 viewers. His show was such a failure that by the end of the 30-minute live stream, they actually hid the number of viewers, and then it just showed the little red live button without the viewer count. And here he is later on CNN begging people to tune in to his new Facebook show.
One last note. Today, we were proud to kick off something new, a live interactive daily newscast on Facebook. It's called Full Circle. On it, you'll see great interviews with the day's biggest newsmakers, a quick look at the day's hottest stories online, as well, stories that you yourself decide on. We've been working hard getting it ready, incorporating your feedback. It's a really interactive broadcast. We're trying to make it as special and different as possible. You can access it at facebook.com/Anderson Cooper Full Circle. That's one word. Discover what tens of thousands of followers already have. We'll see you there.
No, you won't, because nobody's watching. Anderson was so disappointed in President Trump's press conference with Vladimir Putin yesterday that as soon as it finished, he had this to say.
You have been watching perhaps one of the most disgraceful performances by an American president at a summit in front of a Russian leader, certainly that I've ever seen. An extraordinary press conference. I'm back with CNN Global Affairs analyst Susan Glasser, CNN senior political analyst David.
Gee, I wonder why you can't even get 5,000 people to watch your new Facebook show, Anderson. Of course, with the liberal media creating new Trump-Putin conspiracy theories almost every day, seeing the two of them standing next to each other was just more than they could bear. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's trying to be a YouTuber now, posted a rant on his official YouTube channel, in portrait mode, of course, with 2 giant black bars on the side of it, which got a whopping 12,000 views.
President Trump, I just saw your press conference with President Putin, and it was embarrassing. I mean, you stood there like a little wet noodle, like a little fanboy. I mean, I was asking myself, when are you going to ask him for an autograph or for a selfie or something like that? I mean, you literally sold out at this press conference our intelligence community, our justice system, and worst of all, our country. You're the president of the United States. You shouldn't do that. I mean, what's the matter with you?
I'm sorry, Arnold, but shouldn't you be taking care of your illegitimate son that you had with your Mexican maid? Liberals got so bent out of shape over Trump's press conference with Putin that former CIA operative and current CNN contributor Phil Mudd called for the shadow government to take over the country.
Curious point in American government. When do we see almost a shadow government come out and say, we cannot side with the government, whether it's the cabinet or the Senate? I think that's the big question.
But frankly, look,
Frankly, you're literally calling for a deep state coup. By the way, yesterday's video was demonetized, of course, as soon as I uploaded it and was finished processing, because YouTube found too many red flagged keywords in the auto-generated transcript of the things that were said in the video. So I submitted it for a manual review, and about 18 hours or so later, it was approved, so it's technically monetized now after everybody already watched it. So I appreciate all you guys who support this channel by getting some of my shirts and my books, and who support me through Patreon and PayPal. I couldn't do this without you. And I'm going to be launching a new shirt every 3 weeks or so to help keep this channel funded. And you can get the latest one. It's the Honest Abe shirt. Go to markdice.com or click the links in the description below to go to my online store. You can get it in a couple different colors: black, white, red, green, gray, etc. So go and check it out. Of course, your purchase helps keep this channel going. So thanks again, guys. Check back tomorrow for a new report, and I will see you soon.
I'm going to predict this. I'm going to be a prophet. We're going to start getting flack from people.
We get that you brought your tongue in minority, but that doesn't mean you get to say whatever you want.
I'm not. I'm just asking questions. So this sign, did you make it yourself, by the way?
Yes.
Cool. And it's got basically Putin set up on here with it. What?
Motherfucker right here.
We're actually centrist.
Get the fuck out of here. You motherfuckers spend everything. The Milo guy right here.
Free speech. We're here to report. We're here with the news, right here with Black Mike. It's me, Slightly Offensive with Black Mike. That's our name.
Okay, what you here for?
We're here to interview and ask people questions about what they're out here protesting.
Are you for Black Lives Matter?
No.
Are you for Free Palestine?
No.
Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here.
What? We're the news.
Get the fuck up out of here.
Okay, stop.
Get the fuck out of here.
Don't touch me. Listen.
Get the fuck out of here.
Can you please calm down? Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. What's going on? Okay. Call 911. Hey. No, my cameraman's black. Hey, come on. Mike. Go. Mike, he's right here. He's our guy. Yes. Come on, get in, go. So they're calling Black Mike a token black guy. Hand me this camera, Black Mike.
Yeah, honestly, that's a loss for the black community right now, right there. You literally didn't do anything. You sat down and talked to a woman who wanted to talk to you. She had no problem talking with you. And then I think it was basically because you were white.
I didn't say ER though. I can say nigga if I want to, bro. I can say nigga if I want to. Like me, you don't get to tell me what to do. If I want to talk and use the word I use it. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. What's up? What you gonna do? Get out of my face. We're deep in here. We're deep right here. Get out of my face. What you gonna do? We're deep right here. Get out of my face. We're deep right here. Get out of my face. Hey. Get back. Hey, no. Hey, he's a Marine. Hey, he's a Marine. Stop. Hey, he's a Marine. Get back. Don't tell me. Hey, he's a Marine. Show some respect. Hey, you want that shit, bro? Hey, it's all right, man. Hey, calm down. Hey. Hey, show some respect. This guy's a Marine.
Hey, give me your phone. Call 911 right now. Give me your phone.
Look at that. Everybody else is just like yellow or clear. That's because it's been denatured, it's been watered down. We didn't do that. You think I would metaphysically sell you something that is the very best I can get? I'd rather go to hell than do that. I will only give you the maximum best info, the maximum truth, the maximum product, because I want that goodwill. What I do to you, I do to myself. Don't you get the big secret? You ever seen fish oil look like that? No, you never seen that, have you? And this little jewel right here is solid liquid consciousness. Look it up. Find out how even the FDA and the government admits fish oil is incredible. The number one thing anybody can do for themselves is take good fish oil or krill oil. Just like our information is dynamite, so are our products, InfoWarsStore.com. 2.5 years ago, Hillary Clinton dubbed myself and InfoWars as fake news. Since then, the Democrats in Congress, CNN, MSNBC have all lobbied to keep me from publishing books, to have us kicked offline from Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and they've had some success. Not only are they the real fake news and working for the communist Chinese and others to overthrow this country, they're also working to destroy the First Amendment here in America. But here at InfoWars, we've been expanding on radio and TV thanks to your support, and we've launched a new powerful free app called InfoWars Official. InfoWars Official is a state-of-the-art app with live streaming of podcasts, my broadcast, David Knight's show, The War Room with Roger Stone and Owen Schroyer, and so many other broadcasts that we're launching as we speak. It's got live news feeds, live news alerts. It's got push notifications if you click to get them so you know when we go live or have special events. This is the forbidden app. This is what they demonize. This is what they don't want you to see. Think for yourselves. Go find out why InfoWars is so verboten and why the system openly is lobbying to have us shut down. Every enemy of capitalism, every enemy of America, every globalist corporation hates InfoWars for one reason. We are aware of their operation, and we are effective in challenging them and awakening our fellow humans. That's why every platform we've got is critical in the fight, and this new weapon is incredible. Whatever you do, ladies and gentlemen, go download the official InfoWars app today, and then send out on your email, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, links to everybody saying, hey, here's the forbidden InfoWars platform. Here's what the globalists want shut down. Here's what they don't want you to hear, read, and see. It's the InfoWars official app taken on the globalist at point blank range. And with your help spreading it and with your help downloading it, we are unstoppable.